What do you think, buddy? Should we plant some begonias? What do you think? You gonna help me, bud? Yeah, it'll be so fun on this snowy day. Hi there. So me and Max are downstairs and we are getting ready to seed some big begonias. These are bronze leaf red big begonias, and I've never seeded them before in my house. I used to work at a greenhouse for years and years and years. In fact, the greenhouse down the street from me, my favorite greenhouse, called Cherry Valley Gardens, and my sister and I would help seed plants and transplant plants, prune plants, just all the different things that entailed working in a greenhouse during the winter time. My sister and I would do that. So I've seeded plants before, but never in my house, and I've never actually done big begonias. My sister and her husband seeded my big begonias for me the last several years, but she has a greenhouse, and so I'm kind of hoping that this works out. I hear that they're pretty difficult to grow and get to. What do you think, buddy? We're in the middle of like a blizzard snowstorm, so he's just loving looking out all the windows. But anyway, my sister's husband, who is a really great grower, he said that big begonias in general, are a little difficult to try and seed. They take lots of time and they're just a little bit fussy. So if I can get these to grow, hopefully we'll be golden. But anyway, I've got my light, my heat mat. Max is gonna be helping us, and let's get started. I got my 2 packs of seeds here. One of them I already opened so I could show you, but it looks like they came with a coating on them, and they are tiny. There you go, that's a kind of a better view. They're so tiny. There's 10 seeds in there. And I was doing a little bit of research online, and there were some people that were saying to just go ahead and plant your begonias in like a little tray like this. Like, don't even try to put them in a singular cell, because since the germination rate is not that great, you're better off just putting them in a little container like this. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fill this up with soil. I'm just using this organic seed starting Jiffy mix that I got from Home Depot. I don't know if it's good. I have no clue, but that's what was available to me in this snowstorm. So that's what we're gonna be using. I'm gonna go ahead and just get some and put it in this container here. Oh, it feels super fluffy. I hope that's a good thing. Now I got it filled up. I'm just gonna wetten it a little bit. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of water in there and stir it up with a spoon. Give it a little stir. Might give it a little bit more water. Want it to be wet enough to kind of clump up, but still break apart. I'm gonna give it a little bit more. So these begonias, they don't want to dry out. They really need to stay wet if possible. Not like soaking wet, but just enough. All right, so I think that's pretty good and mixed up. And it looks like the right consistency. So now you can see the soil on the top is very unlevel. And I'm just gonna take my spoon here and try to level it out as best as I can. Because these begonia seeds need light to germinate, you really don't want those tiny little seeds falling down in any of the crevices in there of the uneven soil, because then they might not find the light to germinate. So you just want to try to give them the best chance they have, and that looks pretty good, nice and even. All right, what do you think, bud? I've got my little seeds here, and I think what I'm gonna do, honestly, is just dump them into my hand, and then I have a toothpick. I'm gonna try to kind of take the toothpick and brush it off into the soil, and hopefully I can see where it goes. And I'm just gonna try to get all 20 seeds in here. So I've got 10 in here, and then I have another packet. And then I'm just gonna take my toothpick here and brush one off. There we go. Try to move it. There we go. I might even be able to just grab it with my toothpick. Yeah. There's two of them. So there's one right there. And then there's one right there. I'm gonna try to get a third one in there. If I kind of get the toothpick wet and then grab it. See, I grabbed it. I'm gonna try to drop it where I want it. I'm actually gonna space these ones out a little. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10. All right, let's get the other packet. I went and got my little spray bottle that I use to spray the roots of my geraniums that I overwinter when they're getting too dry. I'm concerned if I use this, it's kind of like a steady flow of water. It'll just move all the little seeds around that we put on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and just spray these. Let me see. So a little bit. Now these begonias need light, like I said, so we've got light right here. It says to keep the light 4 to 6 inches away. So, I mean, this is a little bit more than 6 inches, but I can drop these lights down a little bit. And this will be elevated just a little bit because I'm gonna put a heat mat underneath it. They do need light and heat to germinate. So we're gonna do that. But first I want to disconnect these lights down here. I don't need these on right now. I only wanna use these ones. So let's see, I think I'm just going to grab this cord and plug it in to here. There we go. Now we just have these top lights on and we're good to go for lighting. And I'm going to grab my heat pad here heat mat. And then these heat mats I also got from Amazon. I think Nate got it from Amazon for Christmas. And there's 2 heat mats that came in a box, and I can also link these. I can't vouch for these. I've never tried them before. This is my first time trying them, but we're gonna try it. So we'll get, I'm gonna move this down here for a sec. It says that it's best if the begonias are at 80 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna unplug that one. All right, so we'll get that plugged in, and we'll get this placed on here. I'm just going to get this lid right here and cover it, and I just want to make sure enough light is getting there because it's blue, but yeah, oh yeah, it should be fine. And then this kind of just acts as almost like a greenhouse effect, and it holds the moisture in there and the heat as well. Hey buddy, what are you doing? You having fun? So that's pretty much it. It says that they germinate in 14 to 60 days. So that's a very long time. I know when my brother-in-law and sister grow these for me in their greenhouse, they take a very, very long time. So that's why I'm starting these in January. I probably should have started them earlier, but I didn't. So here we are. But hopefully we will get some germination out of these. And if not, I'm sure my sister and my brother-in-law will grow me some anyway. So that's why I didn't get very many seeds. I only got 20 seeds because I just kind of wanted to try it out and test it out. In the coming weeks, I'll come back and we'll plant some of my other stuff that I've got. I just have a few different colors of Maverick Geranium. I've got some Beacon Impatiens and some Cleome, some Cosmos, Joey Lambstail, Big Blue Salvia, and Eryngium Sea Holly. What you doing, bud? You trying to get in that box? If there's any sort of box, he will try to get into it. Right, buddy? Today's January 14th. I'm gonna actually write that on this seed packet so I know when I seeded them. So we'll say January 14th. And that way I know after about 14 days from now I can start hoping for some germination. But if not, that's all right. We'll just keep waiting. All right, buddy. We'll see you in 14 days. I'm heading back upstairs, and I was just gonna let you know, Nate's watching the Michigan State game up there. But I was just gonna say, it says to leave the lights on for 14 to 18 hours a day. So that's what I'll be following, and hopefully we'll get some germination. We will see. What you doing, buddy? Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I thought I would just take you kind of around some of the windows in my house and show you what we're dealing with here, our huge snowstorm that we got. I think we got over 18 inches, and we have 3 to 5 more inches coming on top of that. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with Max and I. If you have any tips for me on growing these begonias, go ahead and send them my way. Like I said, I've never grew them before, but they are one of my favorite plants to grow in my garden. They just have so much color. They're so vibrant. You can see them from the road. You can see them from all over my garden. They last all season long. They are drought tolerant. They are one of my favorite annuals to plant. So, all right, we'll see you guys later. Bye.